go. Got me 2 good bowl blanks now. Is I'm going to go ahead and cut it round on the bandsaw. So I've got these little discs here. I'm just going to set it on here, centered up pretty well. Go ahead and drive this in. And I want to drive it down through the bark so that I'll have a mark down there on the bottom once I get this thing ready to go. All right, let's head over to the bandsaw. We'll get this mounted up and cut. Okay, well, I've got my disc mounted down. I'm just going to use it to help guide my blade around, so I get something similar to a circle when I get to the end. So let's see, let's get her done. Got a big blade on here. Maybe it'll cut it. No good. Alright, just got me a nice flat spot cleaned out for my faceplate right here. And I'm going to use this right here to help me center it up. I've got a 1/4 inch hole drilled there that goes right through, and that point goes right in the hole. And then that just goes down on that just like that. Okay. There again, I'm using wood screws, a good heavy duty wood screw. Spacer on there. I have to use a spacer for this faceplate. It's not quite deep enough. All right, she's ready. Okay, sure everything's locked down good. See how she turns. Not too bad. It's slinging water everywhere though, I'll tell you that. We're ready to roll. moved in a little bit here. Okay. So I need to go about 2.5 inches. I'm going to set 2.5 inches on my, or about 2.25, 2.5. That's really, this wood is so wet that it's really kind of, it's really kind of weak, very weak. Again, it's soaking wet. Right now I'm just trying to get my tuning set. Trying to do this all-handed. Smooth that up just a little bit. Okay, that looks good for now. Now I'm gonna start cutting in my tenon here. Just getting cutting out my tenon. I'm looking for about 2.5 inches, and then it's dead right where I'm at, pretty much. So going straight. Shoulder there. That's where all your strength comes from. Alright, now one thing I need to do here is I need to go ahead and mark this side so that as this comes around, I won't get too close to the edge. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that. The more smoother it'll turn. Then I can, once it gets good and smooth, I can go back to the outside and really get it trued up nicely. Come on in. It's not shaking near as bad anymore. Alright, and what I'm trying to do is get in really thin here, about maybe a 1/4 inch thick to maybe possibly 3/8. I'm doing that. I'm going in with my 3/8 ball gouge, and I'm watching the ghost image. I'm looking down, right down through here. I can see the tool inside the bowl, and I'm trying to match this outside profile. You have to be very careful. This is a serrated saw blade right here on your fingers, so don't get your hands in there. You know, keep them back while you do this stuff. Tell you what, I'm going to change my tool rest to my shorter one. That's a lot better. Like I say, I'm just watching my tool right through this ghost image right here. Let's give it a look. Okay, we're getting there. I'm trying to leave that moss on there too. I think that'll leave a nice touch if it can work. If it works. Look at these wings. Because as you get on down, these wings get really thin, and as it spins, the wings will want to flex. You can see how that one moves right there. They'll flex just from centrifugal force, and you won't be able to do anything else with it. So I'm trying to make all my finishing cuts as I go too. Although all of this is just going to be sanded back off, because I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to let all this dry, and then I'll come back and just sand it. I'm going to let it warp, do whatever it wants to, and then I'll come back and sand it, and I'll flatten the bottom so the bowl sits flat, but it'll have like a warp. It'll be long, it'll look longer, but it'll actually shrink across the grain this way. So anyway, I'm going to finish going with it, and I'll be back. I'm just going to follow this profile on down about another 1.5 inches down into the bottom. Okay, well, I've got down into the bottom now, and I've got my wall thickness. It's very uniform all the way. I'm just barely below 3/8, a little bit more than 1/4. So I'm going to consider that good. I shouldn't have any problem with this thing cracking because I've got it thin, but it will warp, and once it dries, I won't be able to get it back on the lathe to turn it true, which is kind of what I'm looking for anyway. I want this thing to kind of do what it wants to do, and but I've still got to scrape the inside, so that's what I'm going to do now. All I'm doing right now is just making it easier for me to sand later. Okay, almost got it. Alright, I'm going to call that just about done. Okay, all I got to do now is take it off. And I'm going to try this one. I'm going to put this one in an oven or a microwave, one or two. See how it turns out. Let me get it off of here. Put it on an oven or a microwave, probably a microwave. That thing is like lightweight now. Boy, those wings are thin. They're right at about 1/4 of an inch. A little bit more, but not much. But I'll put it in the microwave. About 1 minute increments there about. I just want to get it hot. Let the water evaporate, cool. Put it back in, let it get hot again. And I'll just do that until it's dry, until it's ready to finish up. Alright. There's a lot of water coming out of that thing. You can see right there.